These are 3 books that I gave 5 stars, but they did not make it into my top 5 reads of the year. First up, we can just do Dungeon Crawler Carl as a group. I had a ton of people asking me why Dungeon Crawler Carl didn't make it in my top 5. And even though I love them, this might go down as one of my favorite series of all time. I give every book here a 5 star, but the top 5 books, when I finished reading those, they left something behind. They altered something in my brain, either made me think in ways that I usually don't think, or I experienced emotions that I usually don't experience. They like physically changed me a little bit. And while these books are absolutely phenomenal and I had a lot of good laughs and I was addicted to them, they just didn't do that for me. They didn't give me that unquantifiable thing that I don't even know what is going on with me that some of the other books did this year. But they were in tough competition this year. Had I had read these any other year, I am sure they would have cleared. Next, we have The Will of the Many by James Islington. This was another phenomenal read, easily 5-star books. And The Strength of the Few comes out in a couple weeks, and that's probably my most anticipated read of the year. It could be one of the books that knocks out one of my top 5s, but this book took a little while to get going, and while the ending was absolutely phenomenal and threw me for a loop and made me crave book 2 as soon as possible, it just wasn't enough to take a top 5 spot. And finally, we have The Fury of the Gods by John Gwynne. John Gwynne is one of my all-time favorite authors. He does combat like nobody else. The fight scenes, the battle scenes are near perfect, and it's so hard to replicate. While this book was the perfect ending to the Blood-Torn trilogy, and I can't really even think of one thing that I didn't like about the book, I just know in my heart it didn't quite make it into that top 5 spot, although I gave it a 5 stars and I recommend everybody read this series. It does have one of the most memorable scenes for me towards the end of this book, and I don't want to spoil that for anybody. After 3 books, it was so satisfying, and he just did it in a perfect way. Anyways, these 3 books hold a special place in my heart, and if I could, I would. Let me know down below if any of these books hold a top 5 spot for you. Also, leave some recommendations on some books that you think might knock one of my top 5 out, because that just means I'm reading some fire books, and that's what I want to be doing. Love you. Bye.